Chapter 5. Nexus unveiled. The cold wind whipped against Kael's face as he stood at the edge of the high-rise ruins, staring out toward the distant glow of the Nexus stronghold. The city of Denver, once a beacon of progress and innovation, had become little more than a prison, walled off, sealed tight with layers of digital and physical security. And within that fortress was the heart of the simulation, the place where everything that governed his reality, and everyone else's, was controlled. He tapped the side of his head, feeling the hum of the neural implant. "You're sure this is it, right?" Dan's voice rang clear, cutting through the static. "It's the core. You're standing on the threshold of the real world. The Nexus facility is where the consensus operates, where the simulation is both projected and maintained. The data streams that make up the illusion of your life are funneled through this place. You've never truly seen the world as it is. But you will, Kael. Will I survive it? Only if you understand what you're up against," Dan warned. "They can't see you yet, but once you breach the security layers, they'll know. The system will fight back. The simulation will glitch, and the consensus won't take kindly to the disruption." Kael turned his gaze to the towering walls of the Nexus compound, buried deep within the remnants of the old tech district. The outer layers were equipped with infrared sensors, biometric readers, and heavy AI surveillance drones that patrolled the perimeter. No one had infiltrated it in decades. The few who tried were never seen again. "Then let's get started," Kael muttered, pushing the fear aside. The wind howled, and the neon haze in the sky blurred. The city felt like it was holding its breath, waiting for the truth to be exposed. Nix, always close by, nodded. "We've got one shot. Once we get inside, we'll need to move quickly. There's a central server core beneath the complex, deep underground. That's where the simulation source code is stored, the foundation of everything they control. Destroy that, and we can disrupt the entire system." Kael didn't respond immediately. The words were sinking in, but they didn't make sense. How could a few lines of code hold the power to collapse an entire reality? The answer was as unsettling as it was simple. Nexus had built the simulation to be the reality. Not just something people lived in, but the thing people experienced. It wasn't just a program. It was the very fabric of existence, woven into the biological, psychological, and even metaphysical layers of humanity. "Remember," Nix said, pulling him from his thoughts. "Once we're in, Nexus won't play fair. They'll unleash every countermeasure, every false flag, every mind control protocol they have. The shepherd's circle won't be far behind." Kael's grip tightened around the reinforced fabric of his jacket. He knew what he had to do. He'd been given this one chance, one moment to tear through the veil and break the chains that bound him and the rest of the world within this fabricated reality. And the truth, it was out there, waiting. His every instinct screamed that it was time. The underground facility was darker than he anticipated. Even with the silent hum of his implant guiding him, the shadows seemed to stretch endlessly, making the place feel both empty and alive. It wasn't a place built for humans, not in any meaningful way. It felt sterile, like a sterile dream turned nightmare. A place where reality had been bent, twisted into something unnatural. They moved quickly, each step leading them deeper into the complex. The walls here were lined with old tech, consoles flashing intermittently with fragments of forgotten code. It was clear that this place had been long abandoned by its creators, though it was still very much alive in ways Kael couldn't yet understand. The old consoles hummed with life, offering cryptic glimpses into what had come before. As they reached the central control room, a low-frequency buzz filled the air. Kael could feel it in his chest, the unmistakable signal of a system that was aware of their presence. The surveillance drones above them started to blink red, searching for motion. "We're too late," Nix whispered. "They know we're here." Before Kael could respond, a mechanical voice echoed through the room. It was cold, calculating, almost human in its precision. "Welcome, Kael," the voice said. "We've been expecting you." A chill ran through Kael's body as the lights flickered above him. Suddenly, the room seemed to shift, the floor rippling beneath his feet as if the very space around him had become fluid, distorted. He barely had time to react when the walls seemed to dissolve, revealing a massive, sprawling structure beneath the surface of the simulation, a core, pulsating with dark energy, feeding directly into the heart of the simulation. Kael staggered backward, his mind reeling with the realization that the simulation wasn't just something his world ran on. It was the thing that held everything in place. The core wasn't just a server. It was the control center. Everything, every piece of data, every moment of pain and joy, Every bit of information flowed through here. And it was all controlled by Nexus. The voice continued, its tone colder now, as if it could feel the intrusion. You think you can stop us? You think you can tear apart what's been built for millennia? We control the simulation, Kael. We control the world. Dan's voice cut through the static, urgent. They're activating the feedback loop. The system will collapse if you don't do something now. Kael's mind raced. He was standing on the edge of the precipice, and one wrong move could destroy everything or expose it all. He had to act fast. With a trembling hand, Kael pulled the data slicer from his pack, a last-ditch tool designed to penetrate the simulation's deepest layers. The code within the slicer hummed with potential, like the final piece of the puzzle clicking into place. Do it, Nyx urged, her voice tense with anticipation. Kael slammed the slicer into the console. Sparks flew as the device cut through the first layer of the system's defenses. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the room trembled. The walls shimmered. The truth was coming.